Good afternoon. I nearly said good evening there. It's just gone noon here, so I don't know where I thought the afternoon had gone. Good afternoon, one and all. Welcome back to our Edith Holden accordion book. We've done, well, let's see what we've done. Nothing, 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 nothing. But here's a nice page with these beautiful birds on it and this really nice mustardy sort of colour, greeny kind of gingham. I like that. And we've got two journal cards in there. This one with a beautiful pasque flower on it, and this one which was a postcard, too shiny, so we've dulled it down with transparent gesso. When you take everything out, you can see that lovely collage that makes up the main page. So they fit into there, and nothing. But here, look at that lovely lace. Now you can use any lace. Just so happened I ordered this from Ali, and I really expected it to be about 2 inches max. I don't know what it is max, but it's I've cut a bit off the bottom as well, so that's 4 inches, and it had another dangle there that was about 1 inch, so it's quite big. And we've got a journaling card in there, really nice, which I have turned into a postcard by stamping on the back. So it just pops into there, and when you remove it you can see all the nice collage of the paper. Then here we've got a bit of a flippy flap going on. It's a CD case. I've fussy cut this out from Edith, and I really like that effect actually. I'm sold on it, I love it. And it's got a journaling card in there. I fussy cut out that butterfly, popped it on there, so when it's back without it you can still see there's text there. When you put it back in you can still see there's text there, but with a butterfly, which looks lovely. I like that little assemblage. That flips out. I've just stamped that and coloured it. It's just pretty, but you still can see the lovely collaged page, and put a bit of lace down there. And that oh no, we've got another page. Yeah, yes Siri, what do you want? Who knows? Sticking a 2-penneth in, I'm as bad as Julie. This is a belly band with another fussy cut from Edith, this time the nettle, and I put 3 little decorative buttons down there. Not sure you can see the lighter one. There you go. Bit of lace down each side, and it's got a really nice journaling card in the back, which I've stuck another fussy cut. I've been fussy cutting mad. So that goes into there. So it's time to start another page. It doesn't really matter where it's going to go at this time, we just need to get the page built. And I promised you something a bit more interesting, so that's what we've got. This is going to be the base of our page, but we don't quite need that yet. We've got a bit of building to do, a bit of page construction. Right, now this does not matter whether you're doing this on A4 or US letter size, doesn't matter. I've cut it down to 6 inches wide. Okay, so it's 6 inches top to bottom. And then from this side we've got 2 inches and a score line, another 4 inches after that and a score line, another 3.5 inches after that and a score line. Now this piece here is pretty much a remnant, so that's why I say it doesn't matter whether you're using A4 or letter, because you'll still have a piece here that's left as a remnant. And what we're going to do with that is use a piece of card that I've cut to the same height, 6 inches, and it's 3 inches wide, and we're just going to stick that over there to kind of elongate our page. So I can trim that off. I don't need it quite that wide, so I'm just gonna, it'd be easier if I did it from the other side because I can't see the score line there. I'm just going to leave about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch, something like that, just so we can stick the other little bit on effortlessly. So I've been busy fussy cutting, as you can tell, and if you don't like fussy cutting, tough, no, I don't mean that. If you don't like fussy cutting, Use some stickers or something, you know. Oh, that's it. There we are. So what I want to do, my first job, is to stick this onto here, and then we'll have the length that we need. So where's my glue? So I'm just going to put it on the flap. And I've got a score line which I'm just avoiding. I'm doing it to the outside of the dent that the score has made. There we are. Let's put the lid on this. This is my entire supply of art glitter glue. So as you can see, I'm not flush for it. So just to the outline of that score line, make sure that it's straight top and bottom. Like that. That's great. Marvellous. Right, so we have the full width that we need, and I don't really want to oh, I think there must be some ink or something on here. Let's get rid of that. Despite the fact that I've been very vigilant about keeping this clean, it does actually need a good, it's got little bits of glue on it and stuff. So after I've done this, I'll give it a good clean. So what's going to happen here is the 2-inch piece on this side is going to fold over onto there. Make sure that you've got your edges nice and square before you crease it in. And that's going to be a pocket there. This piece here is going to fold on that score line. So just be careful with it if you've just glued it like I have. And make sure that's square along the bottom and the top, and crease that in. Right, and then it's all going to fold like that. And this will be what it'll look like when it, well, it'll be decorated obviously, but when it's finished, that will be the form that it will take. So it's a flip, and that's a pocket which will be stuck onto the page. Okay, so let me just run through these. You can go back and watch it again, but let me just run through them. 2 inches from this side, score. An additional 4 inches, score. An additional 3.5 inches, score. Then attach a piece here that is 6 inches tall, same height as that, by 3 inches, and it gets stuck on there, and that's what happens with that. Right, okay, so let's start with this one. I think I've got all my pieces laid out, but you know, it's at this stage you realise that you actually haven't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that as my background, and these might not be the exact right size. I cut them out relatively roughly, but let's stick it on and see if it needs a little bit of a trim or not. It's so pretty, isn't it? Such a, oh, you always say that with Edith. Doesn't matter which side you use, the other side's beautiful too, unless it's a snake page. I never have a problem using that. The other side of it, I mean, not the actual snakes. I wonder if anybody's ever made an Edith book and used the snakes. Probably. Some people keep them, don't they, as, well, say as pets. I mean, yeah, well, some people keep them as pets, let's just say that. Right, so that's going to go there. And I think it might be just a little bit too wide, but that's okay. We can trim. I meant to ink that and I forgot. So we're off to a flying start. It doesn't matter because I want to ink that bit in there anyway. So yeah, that needs a little bit of a trim up, to be honest. It's just a bit. So before I ink anything, I'm just going to trim that down to the absolute right size. It's just marginally off. and then we'll get it inked up. There's a fair bit of construction in this, a fair bit of decorating and stuff, so if that's not your thing, I'm sorry, but maybe do another different page, because it has got quite a bit in it. So let's just ink this side first, and then I'll get this bit done as well, hopefully. Just a little bit like that's great. Lovely, that's fine, that's all that needs. Now then, going to make a belly band, as I say. So here is what will be my belly band, and here's some ribbon that I bought for an Edith project I was making many moons ago, and I don't know, it just never got included, but I think here is the perfect place for it. But what I really need to do is ink down there, otherwise you can't tell it from the background. So let's give that a bit of an ink. I don't know whether to sew this or not, actually. I might. Just makes it look nicer, doesn't it? Right, there we go. So if I'm going to sew it, I want to sew it before it's on there, obviously, because if I sew there, it's going to sew it to the back. Oh, what a dumb thing to say. So let's just check that we've got the right height going on. I don't think that's bad at all. Maybe half a whisker. Half a whisker. Yeah, that'll be fine, I think. Yeah, perfect. That's perfect. So I think what I'm going to do is actually sew this onto there. So before I do that, I just need to glue it on to give me a bit of a chance when I come to sewing it. I'm going to try my glue stick. I don't know if it'll work or not, but it's just to hold it while I sew it, really. So make sure I've got the butterflies flying upwards. And you know, you can use any trim or lace or anything that or nothing. I'm tripping over my words today. Right, so that's going to get sewn around, and it's going to go there, and then we've got this little journal card that I have already sewn around, that's going to go in behind it. So excuse me for a minute while I just go and sew that. Okay, so that's sewn around. Just chop the threads off. And cut the ribbon flush with the top and the bottom. Now I see that this ribbon looks like it wants to fray. I mean, it's stitched at the bottom, but I think I'm just going to run a little bit of glue over that, just in case it feels like fraying. Just run it over and then just dab it in with your fingers, and that'll stop that having any notion to fray. That's fine, that'll be fine when that dries, I think. Just get your towel and dab it right in to the fibres. Right, okay, so now we need to stick this on, and I would very much like it to be straight. Let's try our hardest. There we go. Right, Is that central? I think so. Is that central? Let's get the ruler out, guys. So that is 3/4 of an inch. So I need that there. Oh, no. I need that. That is an inch. Let's get this right. And that's an inch. Right, that's it. Excellent. That's straight. According to me and my ruler, that is straight. Marvellous. So, this, obviously I didn't fussy cut this, I cut it out of the book, and that just slides into there. And I appreciate you can't see too much of it when it's underneath there, but you can when you take it out, so can't have it always. Right, the next one along is this one. Now, this has a pocket at the bottom, and the pocket measures, this gap here that we've scored is 3.5 inches. Now, if you make your pocket exactly 3.5, you will find that you can't fold it. It'll hamper it. So I've made mine just a little bit less than 3.5. So it's not interfering with the hinges at all, like that. Okay, let's just take our ink and go down there with it. Lovely. Right, so for this one, let's see what I've got prepared. Oh, blimey, it seems a lot. Seems an awful lot. Right, okay. So this is out of the Nature Notes, not the Country Diary. It's out of the Nature Notes, and that just fits in there perfectly, just slightly less than 3.5 inches. And it doesn't need to come to the bottom because we're putting this pocket on. The pocket is 2.25 inches high, and when you put it there, you can still see those gorgeous blue tits, and I love them. I love blue tits. Anybody that's watched any of my previous videos will know that I absolutely love blue tits. They're such happy looking little things. So I'm just going to ink around here before we stick it on. And I'm sticking this back piece down before I stick the pocket on. It's just much easier that way. There we are. So let's get that stuck down. Isn't that perfect of that blackbird? Couldn't have done it better. But alas, it's going to be covered up. There we go. Just got rather much glue down there, but let's go ahead and stick this on. Make sure that you've got it right to the top and in between those two score lines. Just like that. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. Yeah, that looks nice. Why wouldn't it? The blue tits. So the next thing is the pocket, and it's going to have this image on, which is also from Nature Notes, which I've fussy cut, and that's going to go there. So let's stick that on to that first and then stick the whole thing down together. I'm going to use, what am I going to use? The Cosmic Shimmer. I'm saving my last bit of art glitter. Yeah, Mr. F has ordered some stuff from a preservation and conservation place. It's by royal appointment, this glue that he's ordered. So I don't know how much gluing our dear Queen does. Maybe she's an avid paper crafter, for all I know. But I think rather more it's restoring and preserving things in and around the palace, etc. So I can hear Mr. F getting my lunch, so I may have to stop this in a minute and go and have lunch. That is fine. It's just a little bit... I'm not surprised that these are a bit off, because I cut them. I knew I wasn't cutting them exactly. Let's trim that off there. And there's just a little bit on the top as well that needs to come off. Paper's gluey, so it's not easy to cut. Right, now then I want to stick some lace on there. This little bit of lace along the top. We have used bits of lace throughout this, so it's nice to keep it going. There we go. So I'm just going to start off the page, and then I know I can get a good clean cut on the edge. All the way around like that. Marvellous. I just need to just come down that edge just a little bit, just to make sure that the lace doesn't fray. There we go, like that. And same at this side, just underneath it on the edge. Perfect, that's marvellous. So let's just trim that off. Is lunch ready?
Not far off.
Not far off.
Just whenever you're suitably stopped.
Well, I'll stick this pocket on, shall I, and then stop. Stop for a lunch break. I've actually been at this all morning, would you believe, preparing it. And Mr. F's been out with Bobby, getting Bobby's hair cut. Those 6 weeks come round quickly, don't they? Right, so that's going to get stuck on there like that. And I love this. I think he's a toad. Looks a bit warty. I think he's a toad. But it's a lovely image. So let's stick that down those 3 sides. Well, 2 sides and a bottom, to be exact. There we go. Perfect. Just make sure that you get that in between. The markers. Oh, I forgot to ink this fella. Oh well. Sorry, mate. There we are. Let's see if I can give him a bit of ink. I don't think he needs a lot, so a little bit down there, a little bit at the bottom, and you'll be fine, Mr. Toad. You'll never know. There we are. Job done. Right, so I'm going to leave it there. Oh no, one more thing before I go. I've made a tag, and I used that same gingham sort of paper that I used before. I just put a strip of text paper there, and then this is a butterfly from the Country Diary book that I fussy cut out, bit of lace on the top tied with a little hemp I guess, yeah, bow, and that goes in there. And it's such a shame because it's covering my blue tits up, but what a nice surprise when you take it out. So that's that. I've inked around it, I've backed it, haven't stenciled it yet, or stamped it, but I probably will. So that's that. So we've got 2 sides of 2 pages done, but we've still got 1 backside, 2. Yeah, we've still got plenty to do. So I'm going in search of my lunch, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Right, I'm back. I'm fed and watered and everything's well. So we're dealing with this pocket on this side. So first thing I want to do is put the piece down in there. And this is the piece that I've selected. It's from the Nature Notes. again, and you see when that folds over, it's perfect. It doesn't need to be any wider than that. Let's just check that it is, in fact, the exact right height. It's maybe a smidge long, but I'll wait till I get it glued on. Give it a quick ink around the edges. Don't need to ink this side because it's under the pocket. That's lovely. And stick that on. So yeah, it's a bit more convoluted, this one, but that's kind of what we like. It's what I like anyway, not just sticking pockets and stuff in. I like to have flaps and flips and all sorts of things. There we are. Right. So make sure you've got it the right way up. And let's get it stuck down there. It's just blow me up glitter glue. Once you've stuck it down, you don't get much second chance. So yeah, that still folds perfectly. That's fabulous. I don't know why I didn't stick that bit down. I think I thought I was doing the pocket, but that bit does indeed need sticking down. So let's just give it a little bit of glue. There we go. That's it. Didn't have my head in the game. Again. So now we're onto the pocket. This bit does indeed stick down. So let's just stick this on first, just in case it needs trimming or anything like that. So quick ink around it. So I'm inking everything that I haven't fussy cut. If I fussy cut it, I'm not inking it. But the bits that I just cut straight out of the book, I am inking those. Right, not heavily, not really heavily. Okay, so let's just have a look and see if we think this is going to fit. I think so. Got a bit of a thistle on the other side, but to be honest, and I know a lot of you like the thistles, but I'm not awfully fond of them. Where we live, there are an awful lot of thistles, and they're prickly, and they hurt if you rub up against them. So no, I'm not a huge lover of them. I mean, I'm Scottish as well, and it's sort of Scotland's kind of emblem, a thistle, but no, I'm afraid I'm not sold on them. There we are. Oh, I'm just going to run down there with a bit of ink. And then stick this on. Like so. Lovely. Now, there might be a bit that, yeah, there is a little bit here that needs trimming, but that's fine. Kind of expected it. Let's put the lid back on the glue. Otherwise I'll have to get a pin out again for the 600th time this morning. Might have been a bit of an exaggeration that, but it was quite a few times. Come on. There we go. Right, so I have to put a little pin on that or something, otherwise it's going to annoy me. Excuse me. So that goes there, and that's very pretty, but it could benefit from some lace, I think. Just a little bit of lace. Yeah, I'm going to have to get a pin out for there because that's going to drive me crackers. I've got some little Timmy paper clips. Look at the size of them, they're tiny, and that'll do the job nicely and look nice to boot. What more can you ask for? So with these you've just got to open them a little bit because they're so tiny. So that's where I want that to go. Let's just pop a pin on there. just hold it in place. That makes me happy now, and we've managed to get a little bit of Timmy in. Right, so I was going to put some lace while tatting up here. I don't know if there's a right and a wrong side to that, actually. I don't think there is. I'm just going to use the Cosmic Shimmer, because you do need a fair bit of glue. I keep saying this, but it's true. The textile, the fabric, just drinks glue up. So, I'm just going to open that out because I don't want the... Which way am I going to put this? That way? Yeah, probably that way. There we go. Lovely. I just need a little bit there in that corner, like I always do, to make sure that sticks down and doesn't fray, because I think it looks awful when it frays. That is pretty much stuck down there, but just make doubly sure. Put the lid on that and the lid on my Cosmic Shimmer. Trim that off. Little scissors are probably better, I think. And here. Right, so that's going to get stuck down there. Just need to take the towel to that. There's a fair bit of glue under there, and I can press it down at the same time. There we go. Right, so let's stick that pocket down. So just the top and the bottom. Don't get carried away and do the side as well, otherwise it won't be a pocket. There we go. Lovely. Got a bit of seepage there, but that's not a problem. Right, okay. So we've finished the inside, I would say. Let's just clean this up because it's got glue and ink and all sorts of stuff on it that I probably don't want transferred. Lovely. Right, now then, let's make... Oh, I did make a little card for there as well. This one. It's Edith text, and then this is a... Not sure what it is, a buttercup maybe. I think it might be a buttercup. And I've fussy cut it out, as you can see. Bit of a labour of love. And I've sewn around it, and it just pops into there. And I like that. Right, so now onto this side. So that's where it's going to be stuck onto. So we don't need to do anything with this side here. But this side, that's going to fold there, like that. Come out of the thing, that's it. Like that. I'm just going to rub my bone folder over there. Like that. And then this is going to fold like that. I'm probably going to have to put a clip on it or something to hold it, but that's... worry about that later. So let's see what I've had prepared here. Oh yes, I can see it. It's all fallen off, but I can see what it was. Right, so for this, not that piece, the middle piece, the 4-inch piece here, I've just taken some text paper. It's actually out of my German book, but any text paper will do the job nicely. And I'm going to give that a bit of an ink around the outside. You can sew it first before you put it down if you want to. Of course, you can sew anything before you put it down. I'm not going to bother on this occasion. A bit of ink. There we go. So I'm going to put that on the 3.5-inch section at the back, so it fits on there nicely. Might be just a touch too long, but I'll deal with that later on. I'm using all my glues today. The one that gives me the least grief is always the collal. Having said that, you know, next time I come to pick this up, what's the bet in that it's... Yeah, so Bobby's had his hair cut today. Catkin never likes it because he comes back and he smells different to the Bob that he knows. Smells of pretty shampoo and stuff like that. And Catkin's not used to that. That's great, that's lovely. What I should have done was just gone down the hinge there with a bit of ink, but I forgot. It's cream paper anyway, so it's not kind of the end of the world. Right, oh then, so what I have fussy cut this time is the iris. It's one of my favourites. I mean, my mum was called Iris, so I like iris flowers. So I've cut that out, but the page itself was just too big. It wouldn't have fit on there. So I've cut the other iris bloom out, and I'm just going to have that coming like that, I think. So I've still got the two iris blooms as they are in the book, but I've sort of rearranged them. So which one shall we stick on first? Maybe this one. I'm going to use collal because I want to slide that other leaf under it. Yeah, this took some time to fussy cut, I can tell you. I'm thinking of getting some new different fussy cut scissors, some Fiskars ones that you push together. No, they bounce. Oh, I can't remember now. Is that where I want that? I think so, pretty much. So I'm going to stick all that down, but not this one, because this is going to go under it. Yeah, they're orange handled and they're sort of, I don't know, like tweezers almost. You sort of push them together. But I went on Amazon to have a look and see how much they were. And they're £15 something. I thought, oh, blimey. So I didn't get them, but yeah, they're on the to get list. They're on my Fiona list. I know a lot of you have got Fiona lists. But I have one too. Although in fairness, there's not a lot on it these days. Right, so let's get this one stuck where we want it. And I want that bit of the leaf right at the top there, maybe a bit further across. And that like that. Yes, that is marvellous. Right, I've got a lot of extraneous glue here. So let's see what we can pick up. Collal does ball up, but you have to catch it when it's wet. Otherwise you've got no chance. It dries quite shiny as well. It's not nice. But if you catch it when it's wet, you can get rid of everything, all of it. That looks pretty, doesn't it? It's just a couple of little bits that need a little bit of additional glue. I've obviously missed. So just this bit here. That's way too much glue. That one's all right. And there's something else, this bit here. There we go. Right, so I think that's all down. I don't think I've got any glue hanging around. Marvellous. Let's put the lid on that then and trim the stalks off. And there we go. Isn't that pretty? That really is pretty. And I'm happy with that. Okay, so like I say, this piece isn't getting decorated. Don't think that clip's necessarily big enough to hold that there. I'm going to have to get something bigger. I keep catching it with my finger, which isn't helping. So we just need to do this side, which will be sort of the front. So what I thought we could do for this is, I have cut some pieces out and I'm going to make a collage really. Well, a collage definitely. And I'm just going to put them, they were from remnants. So rather than throw them out, I thought I'd put them to use like that. Just make a strip collage, and then I've got my chaffinch that I'm going to put on the top. So I'm going to get my, yes I am, my glue stick. Oh, here it is, hiding. And I'm just going to glue on here. So sue me. Oh, that's nice, that side. Oh, might use that side actually, I like it. They're too long, but I'll trim them off once we've got them in place. I really like that one. That one nearly missed the boat. Okay, there we go. Bit of this green mustardy gingham that we've used throughout. Just had what was left of that page. Let's pop that in. I think the collage is in keeping with the book because, you know, there's every page is a collage, so bit of writing. Just make sure that it's stuck down nicely. Get rid of any glue stick around. I've got this holly. What's on the back of that writing? So I want to use the holly side. Just as I say, just pieces of paper that I had left. Remnants, you might say. That one. No, I might put this one on next. These are 1 inch wide, so given that this piece that we're working on is 6 inches, you need 6 strips. Obviously, I don't wish to demean you, I'm just explaining it. There we go. It's getting all glue on it from where I've where I've glued before, but it'll be fine. And then this is just a strip along the border of a page, and I quite liked it, so thought I'd press it into service. And that can go there, and hopefully that's six inches, there or thereabouts. We can trim. Yeah, there we go. Let's just get this up because it's a sticky mess. Look at that, it just comes off effortlessly. Oh my goodness, I love my media map. I should work for the Tim Holtz Corporation. Right, okay, so what have we got? That. Let's just remove that card. Yeah, that pin isn't doing much for it, I'm afraid. Give it a good press down on this side. That looks nice, I think. Cut off the extra bits that I cut too long in the first place. My scissors are sticky and it's not helping. There we go. Okay. These can go in the bin. I can't think of a use for them. So let's have a look. Oh, that looks lovely. I like that. That's great. Now my little chaffinch, where have you gone? Where's my little chaffinch gone? Oh no, I've lost him. He's flown away. He's genuinely flown away. Where is he? Oh, goodness me. Well, I'm going to have a search for him because I honestly do not know where he is. And whilst I'm searching for him, I'll also get a bigger pin for there. So I'll see you in a sec. Found him, the slippery little sucker. He was hiding in my prototype. I don't know what he was doing there. Obviously liked it there. So I'm just going to ink around this a little bit. I do like that little collage, it's nice. Makes good use of remnants, doesn't it? Because you always end up with a huge pile of them and you wonder what to do with them. There we go. Right, so let's stick our little birdie on. He's going on there, like that. It just fits perfectly. So I've made good progress with this, really. There is a fair bit of work to do, you know. I'd already done it, as you could see, all the prep. So, you know, allow yourself a fair while to do this. But it's worth doing, I think. I do like it. And after all, it's crafting. It's what we do. I quite like projects I can sort of get my teeth stuck into. So I'll have to try and see if I can come up with one for tomorrow. Right, come on, little fella. Let's see what that twig just there, and then he just about fits, I think. Yep. Lots of glue where I don't want it. So let's mop all that up. There we go. Right, I think we have finished our project. Let's just have a look at it. Right, so it's going to look like this in the book. Where's our page? I don't know which. Oh, this page will do. Any page will do. And it's going to sit on there like that. And it opens up like this. Oh, lovely chaffinch. And then it opens up like this, and then you've got, you know, your belly band with your card in, your little pocket with a toad on, and the tag underneath that, the beautiful blue tits. And then here we've got a little pocket, and we've got a journaling card in there, little robin in behind there, and that goes in there. So yeah, I think that's a really nice project. I like it a lot. It possibly will have to be clipped down. I don't know. I think with the passage of time it will stay closed, which is fine. So all I'm going to do is glue it onto here, then glue it into the book, but I don't think you need to see me do that. And I hope you've really enjoyed this project. I hope the measurements were clear and what we were doing was clear throughout. I've enjoyed making it, contorting my brain, and I hope you do too. So see you again very soon. Bye.